What up, everybody? This Chris, aka Knowledge, Nah, this ain't a gang video or anything like that. It ain't a hip-hop video. It ain't a who got the best chain video. It ain't none of that. It's a video for the people that go through the things that I go through in life. It's for a video for people who want to take a better understanding, for the people who go through the things that they go through in life. It's just that. It's everything in one. If you want to learn something completely, you know what I'm saying? The name is Chris, you know what I'm saying? AKA Knowledge, you know what I'm saying? Knowledge is something that I had since I was a young boy. I used to rap, I still do a little, little things, I don't do it, as much as often as I used to, but I used to. I used to talk deep with my lyrics and everything else like that. So, expect a deep conversation from me every time you log on to this page or log on to the book, It's just talk a lot of things. But first, the main important thing about this book is, and I bring it to, is that, my people that go through, a mental illness, first, let's back up a little bit more. Chris, that's my birth name. I was born December, you know what I'm saying? I'm 35 years old, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my Capricorns, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, let me move on to my next stage. My next stage of this conversation is more so about those who deal with, the kind of things that I deal with. About 4 years ago, I've been dealing with schizophrenia, schizoaffective disorder, bipolar disorder, anxiety, mood swings, just different things that I deal with, but they are the main factors of things, the main things that have been, messing with me, you know what I'm saying, and anxiety, and these are the things that have been messing with my life, when it first came, it had been messing with my life, torturing my life, and, pitting me, through different loops and different loopholes, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody perfect. I'm going to say this to you firsthand. Ain't nobody perfect. I ain't perfect. The only reason why I can't come to you today and actually make this video and actually, share my journey in my life is because, number one, I have, a good therapist who, been helping me through, my situations and my circumstances. I have a good wife who been, there with me through my circumstances. I have my kids who also, been a very, very big supporter because, you know what I'm saying, without, me getting through, without them, I wouldn't be able to get through what I got through anyway because, the thirst for wanting to do for, your family and, be there for your wife and, be there to enjoy life with them, is the thirst for wanting to overcome the things that you overcome, period, and, who wants to be left behind? No one. So, with that being said, I go through those things and, I'm able to make this video today about, these things is because, I'm finally waking up and saying, my symptoms for what they really are and what they really is. I know, a lot of people go through it, probably don't know what they're going through, probably think it's the devil, it's God, it got to deal with this or it got to deal with that. The main part that I want you to understand is it's not any of those things that you're saying. It's a point in your life where you have to make decisions. you know. And if you don't make those decisions, then your body is going to make them for you. And if you don't take care of those, you can take care of your body or take care of those things, then you're going to end up in a matter that you don't want to end up in. And then the first thing that you would complain, or the first thing that you'll say is, well, you know, if it's a bad thing, you'll say, oh, well, you know, how can God let this happen to me? This is of the devil. Oh, my God, this is crazy. Then you got another side that just say, well, if it's a good thing, oh, thank you, God, for this and thank you, God, for that. No, this right here that people go through is not a good thing, and it's not a bad thing. It's a make a decision in life thing. It's something that you have to sit up there and say, how can I turn myself around to fit this inside of my life? If not fit it inside there, try to get rid of it completely. Now, the only way you will be able to get rid of those things, or get rid of the things that are going on with you in your life, is if you become study motion and you become a different person. You have to. Because all the things that are bothering you with this or with your illness have to do with something, or have to do with, you know, who you was or how you was living. You know, if you was living foul and you was out there in the streets and you happen to come up with these type of illness, it wasn't from anything out there in the street. Well, it probably was, probably something that triggered, or this, that, and the third. But what did it come back to? Your body, your health. You're understanding what you're putting in your body. You understanding what you're going through. You're understanding that you can't sit on arguments. You can't sit on fights. You can't fight every day. You can't be in business every day. You can't let your head work 24/7 a day, all day, every day, for 360 days and not get any type of effect about that. And you have to understand that. I know you want to be a person that say, let me speak to these people, or let me do this, or I have to get up and I have to do this. But if you have to do that, then you know what? You have to set a time for yourself to sit back, relax, and relax yourself. Because if you don't, then you're going to end up with possibly mental illness or some kind of sickness or some kind of disease that don't need to be there. And as this world ages, I'm not talking about people, I'm not talking about you. As this world ages, it becoming a lot more, you know, things grow. Things grow up out of these grounds. Things grow up out of the clouds. The thing, we are merely a ball spinning in the air. And as the day goes by, as we get older. So what you think this ground is? It's getting older. It's getting older. And some of us don't realize that till we see houses like this. Till we see houses all broke down like this. And before, we used to see it and we used to be like, okay, well, you know what? That used to be a house that we used to hang at, for say. We used to hang right there. Now look at it. It's all brick and board. That's how we becoming realized, and we walk past and we like, dang, man, we getting old. Remember, we used to chill right there. You know, that's how some of us realize those things. So we just say it and we pass it by, but realize that this world is getting old too. And it's a lot of chemicals. It's a lot of things. It's a lot of earthly things that we don't know about that's growing on top of this earth, that we have to understand that is happening to us. You know what I'm saying? That is understand that I know these things been around probably for years. Our great grandmoms and grandmoms can probably tell us these things. You know what I'm saying? But I want you to understand that it has nothing to do with God. It has nothing to do with the devil. It has everything to do with how the way you're living your life at this point in time. It is time for you to change it in ways where you need to change it, in ways where you need to set a good prime example for yourself to say that now is the time for me to change. You know why? Because now I'm getting a whole new different outlook on these things, on what's taking place and what's going on. And when you have the schizophrenia effect, when you have the schizo effect, when you have bipolar disorder, when you have anxiety, when you have all of those things going on with you, it was from you moving too fast. Because anxiety comes with you moving too fast. Sometimes it'll get you when you too dull, and they slouchers. And people that move too fast or too long, sometimes you got to slow down, because that can get you in a whole new different mode. People have these things, and they have to slow themselves down. Now, back to the fact that it's, mental illness, you have to understand that, it's not those things. It's a changing of your life. It's time for you to turn your life around. It's time for you to start it at ground one and go back over the things and things that you have going on inside of your life right now that you need, that you really, really need to put out there. You know what I'm saying? Because it's something inside your life that been going on with you. You know what I'm saying right now? Maybe you've been thinking about doing things. I'm gonna put me out there. Like I told you, back then, just a couple minutes back in this video, that I wanted to be, a music star. You know what I'm saying? I thought myself as that. I write real good. You know what I'm saying? So I do go through my thing of wanting to be that, and I wanted to be that. And I worked myself so much to that I worked myself into a frenzy. And the first thing that I did was, when I couldn't conquer what I wanted to conquer, I tore down my studio. I tore down everything inside of my studio, everything around me, and I laid there in the dark just thinking about my life and everything else around me. And once that happened, wow, this came. Schizoaffective, bipolar, and maybe I had those other little things, but I never had voices in my head. I never had mood changes. I never felt, one minute I can be God on earth, and then the next minute I can be such a weak person, you know what I'm saying, that just want to sit back and just lay down and don't want to be bothered. And that's a thing that you have to sit up there and you have to say, I cannot let you affect me like this. Because when you're tired and you're ready to get down and you feel like you down, you always gotta feel like, oh, I gotta push one more step. Because I know if you racing, or I know if you doing this or you doing that, when you at the finish line, what do we always do? And I know each and every person do this at the finish line. When they at the finish line, they don't stop. You know what I'm saying? They could be out of breath, they could be going, but even if they family, if somebody's waiting at that line about 2 more steps, you're gonna go 2 more steps and probably even more. You know what I'm saying? Because you done it, but you could have pushed a little bit more, and you try to show that. So you give that extra little push when those things happen. And don't try to fight it. Don't fight it. See, fighting it will only lead to them even wrecking it up even more. You don't fight it. You sit beside it. And when I say it's time for you to change your life, this is why. Because now they're saying things inside of your life that you have been dealing with. They're doing things to you that you have been dealing with. They're trying to manipulate everything inside of your life and make it into something that you really ain't even dealing with. And they try to bring the past into it. They try to bring so much into your life and try to make that into you did bad. You need to be striked down. You need to go to hell for this. You gotta kill yourself now. You gotta do this. You don't have to do none of that. You know why? Because they are just the thoughts that you had years ago. They was thoughts that you had in your head when you wasn't going through those voices. Them voices that just tell you this there to tell you it's time for you to change, because you was feeling like this, because this is how you was feeling like. And when you have prayed, and when you have took an extra step, and when you have did the extra step, then you still was feeling how the way you was feeling. So you went out and you just did anything or everything that you can do, to try to do what it is, but you just keep on going down and you don't know the reason why. And now this come. It's the change. It's time for you to change the things that are going on inside of your life. It's not then. It's not, I'm going to do it tomorrow or this time or that time. And no, that's not a motivational speech. It's not it is, but it's not one of those, I'm trying to sell you something. The only thing I'm trying to give you is a peace of mind on how to fight this. Because to me, it does things to me. It does things to me And it makes me go through things that I ain't proud of, that I don't like, but I go through them. And the only way you will be able to have them, stop them from doing what they doing, is by just doing what you have to do. Paying them no mind at all. Now, if you sit up there and you pay them some mind, if you sit up there and you paying them some mind, then you sitting up there and you're paying attention to everything that happens inside of there. You know what took me off that track? I stopped paying attention to everyone in this world. And once I stopped paying attention to everyone in this world and started doing what I wanted to do, or how the way I wanted to do it, then that's when I was able to deal with that. And I ain't got it all together now, because I still deal with them. And I dealt with them last night. I dealt with them the night before that. And I had it even worse the night before that. But you see how I said it? I said I had it worse the nights before that. But I'm here today, 4 days from now, today, talking to you. And I'm talking to you in a way where you probably think I probably don't have it, or I probably do have it. But you would never know, as far as right now. Because they could be talking to me right now, and I could be talking to you. They would have to stop. And this is how so good, I promise you, this is how so good it is. They will stop. If you're talking to your other peoples, if you're talking to this, if you're talking to that, if you're going through it right now, just go talk to somebody. I promise you they'll stop. You know why? Because you're paying attention to other things and you're not paying attention to them. And when you stop paying attention to them, I promise you, they will leave you alone. And when you start thinking positive and good thoughts, then their thoughts will become positive. You have to keep moving on and on and on, because the race don't stop. Your life don't stop because things happen to you. Your life don't stop because, oh, I got a broken pinky, oh, I got a cut off foot, oh no, voices in my head. No, your life do not stop. It's a lot of people that go through a lot of things, and I know people probably say, "Oh, voices in their head. I did lose a leg, or I did get shot, or you know, I did go through this." Everybody go through a lot of things. They go through it on their own different ways, in their own different ways. You know, I ain't saying, you know, you don't go through it. And a lot of people that I do run into, that I do have to talk with, and mainly, oh, so much, therapists, doctors, you know what I'm saying, that I talk to, you know, groups that I talk to, that sit up there and tell you, you got to do this, or you got to do it like this, and you got to do it like that, and they never had this in their life, and they can't tell you that, just like I can't tell another man how to do this. That's why I spit inside of my videos, or I will put inside of my videos also the main, because out of this, don't even take the schizophrenia part of it. Take the part of doing better for your life. That's leaving out the schizophrenia part, and just having a motivational speech. This by that. Life is a journey, man. Life is a journey, and that journey don't end because you pass or you die or you go away from here. And who says you die? Who says you do this, or who says you do that? The words, man said it, the made up, the fact that we do go underground, okay, that's all fine and dandy. But do we actually die? When we fall asleep, we still awake. In our conscious minds and thought, we are still awake. We are still having dreams. We are still knowledgeable to some of them things. Our mind is still working the way it's supposed to work. If we get shot inside the heart, our brain is still going to be moving. So I want y'all to understand something, and understand this. Live. If you got schizophrenia, you got schizoaffective, you got any type of illness, any type of sickness, any type of thing that's holding you back, get up. Get up and walk. Walk. Keep walking and walk. Forrest Gump did it the best way he knew how to do it. When he didn't understand what was going on with it, he ran it till he figured out the understanding of it. He didn't stop and say, I'm going to think about this. He didn't stop and say, I'm going to do this. He didn't, you know, when you stop and you think about things, or you take a seat and you just start getting comfortable with just taking a seat and thinking. Don't take a seat and think. Walk and think. Walk and think about, how can I get through this the best way I know how. And when you're going through scenarios, the best way where you can get through those scenarios is just by going through those scenarios with the scenario. See, schizophrenia, I always tell, and I tell my wife this, and I have to tell her this often and often about it. You know what I'm saying? That I don't let schizophrenia walk inside of me. I walk beside schizophrenia. I allow because schizophrenia wants to walk beside me. Let me rephrase that. I'm sorry. Because schizophrenia wants to walk beside me, I'm gonna walk it how the way. I'm gonna let him walk on my journey. I'm not gonna let schizophrenia or bipolar or anxiety walk on anxiety's time. You can have it, you could go through it, you could go through all this, and sometimes it be overwhelming where it do take you down. But the fight, I'm not saying it's going to be a one-step type of thing. I've been going on with this for 4 years. It's been 4 years now. I've been going through this. And this is finally a day where I can finally come to you and actually come on a videotape and actually take this to you. So no, the walk don't just start by you just saying, okay, let's do this. The walk start by you giving knowledge first to yourself, knowing that you have this illness. Number 2, knowing that this illness is not, you per se, knowing that this illness sits beside you and you can walk with this illness and turn this illness into a whole new different other matter. That is all. That's all I just want you to understand. That's all I want you to know. And that's all I want you to get. Because if you can turn this illness and this into, a positive, and you can turn you into a positive, then think how much best or how much good that you would do for others that go through this. And that's what made me want to do this. That's what made me want to videotape this, because, the thought of how the way I got through it, I would want people to get through it, because it is hell. It is struggle. It is everything in a book that you thinking you not. I've been through things. I've been, feeling like I'm in a whole different dimension. You know what I'm saying? Man, it's all you won't even believe. You won't even believe all. So it's a crazy experience, and we'll get down to the line on some experiences. But I'm gonna put this out there, and this is a video that is out there. Remember, I'm doing this all the time. This is going to be an all the time thing, and this is for the people that go through it, the people that don't go through it, the people that needs to hear this, the people that wants to hear it. And I'm gonna keep on giving it to y'all, and keep on letting y'all understand me. And just like I wanted to understand y'all, make a comment. You know what I'm saying? Follow me on this page, because it's more. I don't know how often or how it is, but I know it's gonna be often. But and everything. So I just want y'all to just understand that, man, that this is a this disease can be, cured. It can be, taken, seriously, and in the light of, everything. And I just want y'all to understand those things, because one thing for sure, 2 things for certain. If you ain't going yet, or ain't nothing, you know what I'm saying, got you in the thought of going yet, then don't try to make yourself go sooner than what you're supposed to. Get help for the things that you're supposed to get help for. Get help for your life. Get help for your health. Get help for your mental. Get help for anything that you feel like is bothering you. Because you was brought here to live life and enjoy it, not to go through the painful things that life bring you, or life bring, in certain different ways. And this Chris, man, signing off again, you know what I'm saying? To all y'all, please follow me. The videos is on Facebook, and I'm gonna make sure that please bring in a comment if you got it. I mean, if you love the video, you know what I'm saying, hit it up, and you know what I'm saying, just mark it and put it up there. I think these words need to be out there. I think this book need to be out there. I think there's more people that need to be out there to talk about this matter and helping more and more people, because, it's a lot of people that do go through things and they scared to come out about it because of, people who laugh about it, or scared of that person, or this, that, or the third. So you got to have it go the way that you have it go, So this is the first one, and it is going to be more to come. All right. Love y'all.